So, like, the first thing you ever get taught, right? So, like,
Entry stop
what
loss.
moves the market?
Sell 56.
Let me actually, I could turn off the voice alerts. Hold on one second. Fuckers are annoying as shit sometimes. We're trying to have a conversation. So, the premise of your question is, like, in my definition, what is bid and ask? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like how did you learn it?
Well, I mean, it's a very simple concept, right? So, if you think about it, the first thing that you get taught is what's called the reload or the reload failure, right? So when you see the markets going up and down, obviously you have the bid, the ask. It's even just by looking at colors, you can tell which one's the long side, which one's the short side, right?
Yeah.
So you have to understand is when volume precedes price. So volume has to transact first, then price goes through. But the question is, how do these HTFs? I mean, look at this fucking nanoseconds. This fucking is moving back and forth. But HTFs are sweeping these ticks, right?
Yeah.
So they're literally sweeping 5, 4 ticks within a matter of seconds or nanoseconds. But the thing is, let's say we get an influx of bids coming through the book. They slap it to the top side, right? And then price fucking stalls. So that's where we catch, the micro balance areas, highs and lows. We literally trade to the tick. We're looking for tests of those areas. But what does the test mean? Price is being absorbed, price is being accepted. But the thing is, when price bids come into the book and they push it up, it's called a reload. That point where you have equilibrium between the buyers and sellers, that's the reload. If the bids don't come back in on the reload, and then if they don't and they fail, then the offers come through and push the book down. Does that make sense? Because the bids failed on the reload. So that's how the price of the market just moves. It's just a relationship between traders volume comes in, the reload fails, reload holds, and it goes through. So that's how you trade it. So you're seeing like real time, this was what transacted, but then you have basically LTQ showing real time what's the difference and what's the actual was recently traded between each level. So that's kind of essentially what it is. I mean, it's a pretty simple concept. Like, if you can't sit here and figure that out eventually, then you just probably should just quit trading, to be honest. Because the thing is, like, right here, right? So we hit 68 stops right here, right?
Yeah.
See that 68? That's probably one of the largest brackets, well, 132. But look, why did this reject? Well, let's see. There was a sweep into, there's a massive amount of volume hit the sell side liquidity on offers and stops. And then it failed twice. Boom, short. So that would have been a short I could have been interested in realistically, right? But that's the thing is you have to understand that these algos are programmed. What moves price? Resting orders, aggressive market executions, absorption. If you're sitting here and saying, "Oh yeah, ICT said go long here, let's go," and if you go long here and then all of a sudden a big massive sell liquidity gets start adding by algo here and then it's gonna come back down. And they're like, well, ICT lied to me. Ah. And then you fucking go short. And then another iceberg triggers down here and goes up. And then you just get your nuts slapped all over the place, right? But by having access to the information to the DOM, the hidden orders, you know what I mean? You have ability to kind of put things into perspective. So, like right down here, we just hit 207 stops right here. That's huge. See what I'm saying? 207 stops right here.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge. Now we're moving up. Value area low. If I'm just sitting here and like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go long here because I'm a queer. Well, you just missed a very good opportunity right there. That's a valid trade. 213, that's fucking huge. Well, guess what? We had a retest of the same level. It held. That's a valid trade. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people see that as random pivot points, but no. That was a fucking a shit ton of stops that got triggered there. And basically, those stops absorb the sellers, and then what happens? If the sellers can't come back on the reload, then the bids are going to come through. How long? I don't know, but enough to scalp like 200 bucks, 300 bucks out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why, whenever we get this, I'm always trading the dead cat bounces if it stops and then it goes back down. I'm not trying to hold it to here. No, I just know this is dead cat bounce. I know the offers are hitting the book bids really hard and eventually we'll get back down again. But when we break this low, if there's a strong sweep and then we retest that level, if the bids come back in on the entry, then I'll go. So I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do I really want to come here right now? Maybe. The buyers are stepping in. Where we're at, we're at the session VWAP, not the fucking current session VWAP. I mean the day's session VWAP, but the current session. See right there, sweet. What's going on here? There's 200 stops here, right at the same fucking level. You could have scalped that again. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's up to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you want to trade it. You can literally, like, if you saw my chart yesterday, I was taking trades all over the fucking place. But each setup was fucking valid based off volume events. Now, if a fucking regular person saw that has no idea order flow, they'd be like, "You're an autistic retard," because like we're all over the place.
Your reasoning was you keep getting long off the micro balances, right? Because of the iceberg at the top on the ES.
Yeah, but I mean, essentially, those are kind of like one of those things. Is like it kind of went on tilt, but I knew that basically when we got to yesterday's low-ish, that was gonna be my latch ditch effort. So it was right here. It was this motherfucker right here.
Oh,
It was all this shit right here. This entire side on the way down. So I was noticing the volume was kept hitting aggressively on on this move down and just kept stomping me out. But this right here, see this very low right here?
oh,
That was the last ditch effort. You see what I'm saying? And this is the last low I got in, and then it fucking ramped all the way up. And that's what saved my ass. So this was just tilt mode, to be honest. I was just going stupid. So I was going long here, but then the last ditch effort was here. If it pierced with volume, and then that's what happened. Because I knew eventually, because the iceberg on ES was long, right? So it was just absorbing. It was just absorbing down. The buyer was absorbing all the sellers, and it was going to reverse.
yeah.
So I got long there, and then I don't know why yesterday's high is not showing up here, but yesterday's high was right around here. We pulled back. I know yesterday's highs was like somewhere around here. I don't fucking remember, dude. You know, you're gonna have your set of rules, right? But the thing is, sometimes you don't always follow the rules, and those are the days that you're gonna go red like 500, 600. You just gotta walk away.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna fuck
Yup,
up.
yep. That's true.
No one's perfect. But so
No,
the question is, why is this moving off here, dude?
Is it because of volume node? That's the end of it?
No, it was
Or
because of
just
the volume
stops there?
event. There's the stops exactly.
because I
U.S.
told the market to do it. Okay.
exactly. But see, 90% of people don't know that. You know what I mean? That's why order flow is very important. I don't feel like trading, to be honest, today. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
No,
So it's usually right. I mean, most people can trade. I mean, some people can trade while they're in a bad mental, physical state. But if you're not, dude, just don't do it. It's a recipe
yeah.
for disaster. So, like, what I like to do is if there's resting liquidity above the high, I know Algo's gonna go tap it, and that's when they dump it. Fools would be trying to get short here at the IB high, not knowing there's liquidity above it. So therefore, if they have a tight stop, they're gonna get blasted through. That's why I'm saying you have to look at the dome. If there's no resting liquidity up there, then there might be a chance the algos will start to hit the alphas very aggressively. But if there's resting liquidity up there, they like to go up there, hit it, and then drive it down. So when you see yesterday's price action, it was right here. So hold on, it was a hard dump. What the fuck is it? Yeah, it was right here. So there was a lot of resting liquidity up here, right? And I don't know if you watched it. It went up there, tapped it for like half a second, and it dumped. And then you would hear me say, "Oh fuck, it was too fast."
Yeah.
But a lot of the times it'll go ahead, hit it, and stall for like 2 seconds, and that gives you the entry to hotkey in, and then get that trade. I don't hold it past this fucking pull. Off the initial pull, I'm done. So if I get 290, I'm out. You know what I mean? I don't
Oh,
fucking
I see.
ever try to wait for it to come back and slap me out. You know what I mean?
So you just
You
hold it
can.
until the stops get hit on the move down.
Yeah, some type of volume meant to take me out. If I see
Okay.
large absorptions down here, I'm out. But the thing
Got
is, what you can do is when you see a hit, if it doesn't move too fast and starts to creep down, then you could add a secondary lot into it, close
I
to
see.
your entry, and still move to break even. So there's multiple ways you could trade very aggressively, but your core position has to be successful before you add another position. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It has to be close to your entry, because if you add 4 lots down right here and then your 1 lot entries here, and all of a sudden your fucking entry is going to be averaged in right here. and then you're really fucked because that thing could pull
Right.
back in a matter of seconds.
Do
Yeah.
you ever DCA or no? Just decided never to do it.
Not in losing positions. Fuck no. Do you see this? You see this right here, black?
Yeah, what's up?
So you're getting a shit ton of stops down here. Fucking huge amount of stops getting triggered. But if you look right here, I believe it's 72 stops. So you got 72 stops off of the POC, I believe. No, that's wrong. 56, and that's the high side. But either way, no, that's right here, 133. Let me see the price here is 2040. Oh no, I'm giving you bad info. But either way, you'll start to see balance being built off of POC. And that's usually entry, and I'll usually close it right where the previous swing high or the yesterday high is at. You see what I'm
I
saying? I'm
see.
using these as targets because I know there's algorithms trying to sell on the opposite side of it.
So you like to take longs when POC is under price or under your entry?
Yeah, so like what you're saying is if it breaks above POC and it starts to bounce off it, I mean, that's to the tick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's hard to get the first one. I wouldn't recommend it, but take the second one. If it gives you enough time to get in on it, get it because it's a quick 195 bucks. And that position literally takes 2 seconds. So you're up 195 and you're out.
Gotcha.
So like I don't remember if you heard me yesterday. So I said if we break above yesterday's high, I'll go long there and close it at IB high, and that's what I did. It started building bounce there, and then I fucking got out of my last trade. So this is interesting. That was absorption with some stops. I would have probably shorted that, honestly.
Use in 10 minutes.
What hotkeys do you use on Bookmap?
Control A long, Control Z short, Control spacebar to close positions, and Control S for break even.
Nice.
I've only any time I ever had rhythmic issues is with because all these firms get this free data. It's like a CME package. I don't know why, and it's all shit.
Oh,
So, any CME, any rhythmic data I've had through Bookmap and NinjaTrader, like actual paid ones bought for me, I've never had issues. Last time I legit had an issue was probably 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
oh, I see.
A lot of that could be your PC too. If your memory and your fucking laptop's getting eaten up, then your program's gonna lag and fuck up your shit. So it's not even the data.
Yeah, that's true.
So the next question is, if we hit overnight high, if it sweeps, the algo sweeps and hit stops up here, that would be a potential short.
If it lags, right? If it's too fast like yesterday.
Yeah, you can't catch that.
I feel like
That
maybe if you're really looking for it and it hits there and you instantly, but at that
it
point you're kind
happens
of
in half a second,
predicting,
dude. You
right?
have to have an algo for that.
No, but if you manage to catch like let's say yesterday's and you were there like on it like a hawk, you're not
Yeah.
really catching it, right? Kind of predicting.
Well, I mean, I would like right off the initial sweep, I could try to short, but then if I do short, I won't catch to the tick. It'll be already too late. I'll probably be halfway into the move and then ride it out.
What if you have your hand on the thing and as it sweeps and it says stops fit and then you just click it right away?
You can, but the thing is, the algos move so fast, it's literally already moved before it even says stops.
Oh, I
That's
see.
how fast they move. I mean, literally, if you go back and look at it, I was like, holy shit, that was fast. There's no way of catching it.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it. It was too fast. Just wondering.
And you saw me, there was one trade that I caught it to the tick, the absorption sweep reversal. And he came back and stopped me out, like to the fucking tick, and it reversed. I don't know if you got that one on video, but if
I have
that held,
everything, bro.
that would have been like a $600 pay. And the question is, people are like, oh, you can't catch the bottom. Yeah, you can, motherfucker. You just gotta get access to the right information and the right chart. So, but
Yeah.
that happens a lot, dude. Like I miss shit ton of trades. There's those some days where I get lucky and I hit like the first 3, 4, I'm up like 800 bucks, and I just walk away. But I don't remember the last time I did that, to be honest. It was probably like months ago.
That sounds like a good day.
See that right there, 149 right there.
Oh,
That just got slapped into the book. If they pull it, it's gonna dump probably. See that right there? And on one time they snap. See that bracket? It was 160. Now it's 54. He's dividing these orders up. See, pulled it. It's gone. It didn't even get filled. This fucker's trying to pull the price down before it goes up. You see that right
I
there?
don't understand
108.
how they pull it one take within.
That's an algo. That's they have access to the server.
Oh, I
They
see.
can read it much faster. 109. I think this is coming down, and they're gonna pull it. If that's the case, and it sweeps, that might be a trade, but I don't know. See how he's moving it up.
Oh,
He's really trying to get his fill, or he's trying to pull this fucker. See if he pulls it. And pulled it. Oh wait, no, he got filled. This person got filled. I wonder if that was a big player trying to get out, or fucking what. Let me see. What's price point? 2069. Yeah, that actually got filled. Bids are coming in. This might hold here. Value very high. But those are things you gotta pay attention to. When all of a sudden you start to see fucking orders getting slapped in by some algo or some big player. But the fact that it's shifting around so quick with price like that, that's an algo. There's no way a human can do that. So I'm
yeah.
enticed to go long here, maybe. We'll see.
You're just waiting for a big volume event down here?
Did you see that right there?
Yeah,
Fucking, you see how it's shifting? 3 orders, 2 orders, 3 orders? That's an algo, dude.
oh,
He's dividing. He's trying to pull the price down. Literally, it was 150, and then he just fucking slipped it in 3 different 50s, and then now he's back at one.
oh.
Those are the things you gotta pay attention to. Because if you're going long here and you're starting to see algos spoofing down here, and you're long, you're an idiot. You gotta get the fuck out of that trade. You're literally trying to manipulate the price.
What do you look at? Because I kind of miss, once you call it out, I see it, but my eyes are trained to just kind of look at the bubbles right now.
It just takes time, years. Well, not years, it takes a little while.
Because I know, like, do you rely on the voice orders to see the stops getting filled, or, I mean, you see it too?
Sometimes. I usually see it. I mean, it's pretty obvious if we sweep these highs up here, it's gonna stop. So we sweep a major structure low down here, there's stops, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like right here. This is where I'm interested.
yeah.
Larger 56 stops. There's liquidity up here, see that 80? So I'm kind of curious at 2300. That's pretty far up there, actually. It fucking tapped the overnight high and went down. I don't
I-
want to trade today.
Isn't that what you said, where they go one tick within, go down, and then exit at liquidity?
Possibly, yeah, if there is liquidity down there. But usually those are fat fucking orders. We're talking about like 200, 300.
Oh, yeah.
At least on the NQ. Like hundreds, maybe. Usually those get filled. But you see right here, that was a nice little fucking overnight high. See how it tapped it once and came back and failed? That's a short. I'm too pussy today. I don't feel like trading. That would have been a good $170. On 2 contracts, that would have been 340. The question is, what I'm guessing is it's going to start to hit value or high, or maybe the over yesterday's high. See if it absorbs it, and then go back up and challenge it or not. See how Delta's dropping, but there's no fucking buyers really stepping in. Nothing.
Yeah.
So this thing's are probably going to drop a little more. Now they're starting to step in a little bit. Oh, yeah, they're stepping in here. Maybe a reversal pretty soon. Yep, we're at value area high. See that?
That was pretty quick.
That one, yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that would have been a nice scalp maybe, but I want to see it touch it and bounce around here for a second before I even go long.
You don't really care about value or high right now until the hour's set, right?
No, it just depends on the algos. They fucking shift, and the algos are attached to them no matter what time frame. But yeah, when most of the volume's conducted, first 2 hours or so, it's usually set. Word on the street for many years, the big players don't take their positions until 10, 10:30, somewhere around there. This is a algo dominated market.
Oh yeah, who would you say is in the market? So there's market makers, algos, retail. Is that pretty much it?
Algos in retail right now. I haven't seen any icebergs or nothing. A lot of the times, like during this time, the summer months, the big players are on vacation historically, and they come back in September. That's not always true because I see usually like every day algos are fucking. Actually, let's see. I was wrong. ES had a big fucking purchase right there.
Yeah, I
Where is
see
it?
that.
I can't see it here. I have to look at the book real quick. Where did they purchase? Was it a bracket order? What's volumes conducted here? Where the fuck did they get it at? Oh, it's right here at 5573.
Bro,
Yeah,
I think
that's
news
right
is
where the
happening.
price is at right now.
Jeez, look at the charts, bro.
Yeah. Right now, 5573 where we're at right now is where the iceberg got filled. So we'll see if it holds or not.
It's moving like crazy.
Yeah, you can't trade this. I mean, you can if you have a wide stop. If it gets down this low, I might go long. Yeah, that answers your question. Yes, I do rely on the fucking voice alert sometimes with the ES if I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, because you would have heard it like iceberg, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that is a shit ton of stops. Do you see that?
Yeah, that
God
makes
damn, that's
sense. We're just pumping up
26.
and yeah.
There's 2,600 stops on the fucking NQ. That's fucking insane.
That's crazy that people are trading like that on the short day.
Gosh damn. Is it a short day today?
Yeah, it's at early close.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the case then, huh?
It's a weird one because it's early close, but a bunch of news today.
Fuck it. Maybe I should stay out of the market.
We just had ISM PMI, and then we have a crude oil in 30 minutes, and then FOMC meeting in 3 hours, minutes.
I don't know, but a lot of people have just lost their accounts on that move up, I can tell
For
you that.
sure, for sure.
Fucking 2,100 stops. That's fucking insane.
I
Gosh
mean,
damn.
yeah, bro, it's a PMI move. If some guy's holding through PMI, like, tough.
I mean, it's usually a given at 10. You're flat. That's
Oh,
weird. On fucking that was only 1,000 stops on the fucking ES, but there was 2,000 stops on the fucking. That's too fast. I can't catch that.
that level?
I'm looking at the overnight yesterday's high right here. So if we
Gotcha.
start to build balance off that, I might take that. Close that at value or high. That'd be a nice $205 if we get there. Value or high just shifted. That means this range is in play, not even the high. This entire range is in play.
Bro, Enrique, do you have any questions you want me to ask him?
¿Habla español, Enrique?
Yeah, he does actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, bro? Yeah, yeah. I took Spanish. I'm from Spain.
Sí, mucho trabajo, poquito dinero, sí.
You and I understand that.
Oh,
Sí.
you understood, bro?
Too much work for no money.
A
Yeah,
lot of
no,
work, little
no.
money.
He said, yeah, low work, a lot of money.
Oh, understood the opposite then.
No, I said mucho trabajo, poquito dinero.
Okay, so
Oh,
then I
I
was right.
understood the opposite.
Bro, I'm not even Spanish and I got that.
Yeah, just ask away. I'm not trading this today. I'm just too fucked up right now.
Yeah, Enrique is a
But
good
this,
friend of mine, so we were both going through the videos together.
oh, nice.
Yeah, bro, you're amazing.
Not really, but I appreciate it. I'm just average. Like if I was actually at a firm, I would be just like average trader.
No way.
No, serious. There's, senior traders make about 100 to 200 grand a month or a year. Sorry, a year. So, and then the junior traders are like between 50 to 100,000. So,
Oh, a year?
yeah, like people
That's
in the top, like there's levels, right? So you have consistency, and then within the consistency, you have your mediocre traders making 50 to 100,000, and then you have your top traders making between 100 to a million. So, I'm just a regular mediocre trader. Consistency is just the beginning, dude. That's the hardest, level. So like, let's say like right up here, all these stops that got triggered real time, like this was 1,000 stops up here. But what you're looking for is you're looking for balance being built up. And that's what happened. It obviously, it was too fast, but let's say under normal circumstances, this touched it 4 times. So if you could have scalped this 2 times, but then if you got the runner, what I mean? The key is to add 1 on the breakout. Regular traders just ride it, right? But the ballsy traders will add 2 to 3 contracts on the breakout and then kill it out. So if your core position would have got you to the overnight low, $300, but then if you had 3 more contracts between here and here, that would have been another $450. So it would have been $1,000 a day, give or take. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
do you add a lot to your winners or no?
Only when I trade smaller size, like if I'm trading like 5 micros on a 5K account, which I normally do, and then I'll add like 2 to 3. So
I see.
8 contracts max.
You said you're gonna do 5 contracts when you add in that money. Is that gonna be
Yeah.
with runners or just straight up?
No, I'm gonna go very aggressive, but I'm going after trades by Matt, so fuck that guy.
Are you starting YouTube?
Yeah, I'm already out of YouTube. I'm just waiting for my Solana position to close.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I'll show you if you want.
Dude, the guy was so funny yesterday. He was asking for proof.
Oh, I mean, I don't care. I'll show it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, like, you get shown all this information, and then you're like, ugh, I don't fucking, I'm retarded, I don't understand it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is also more proof right here, like, hold on. Showing records is one thing, but an active fucking position, a large 6-figure position, is different, right? So if this motherfucker loads up. So I'm negative on this position, I'm down like 28 grand, so it's 77,756. If you're wondering if it's a what do you call it, a simulation demo account, so if you see it says procraken.com, you type in demo Kraken, it will say demo up here. I don't know how to explain it completely, but see right here it says navigate to demo.futures.kraken.com dashboard.
Yeah, I see that.
So if they're faking it, if this URL shows up, Trades by Matt did that and got caught.
Oh, damn.
Little piece of shit.
Oh, no way. He got caught?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the motherfucker's like, I shorted Bitcoin, I made 30 grand. And it says demo in the fucking corner. What a dumbass.
Oh, that's why he stopped crypto, because he got caught on that?
No, he deleted all his videos. He got caught. There's pictures of it. I could show you later. But as you can see right here, I have 541 Solana. It's actually an iceberg position. That's what I love about Kraken. Depending on how large your account is, they'll allow you to execute as an iceberg order, so they don't fuck with me. But we all know most cryptos 2x their high from the previous bull run. So a $500 Kraken is a pretty realistic target. So I have 541 sold at 500. That's going to pay me $270,000, $270 and $539. I'm fucking retarded. $270,000, 539, 270. You got what I'm trying to say? 270K.
Yeah.
I get it.
So once I close that position, I'm going to dump probably 150 of that into the NinjaTrader account, and I'll start trading like hard size. I may even go all up to 10 contracts. See, that's the thing is like people like, oh yeah, I'm going to trade these 20 accounts and I'm going to make 10 grand a day or 5 grand a day. Motherfucker, at most your trading is $15,000 because your H rallies drawdowns 15, right? 1,500 times that by 10. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Mathematically, you don't want to lose more than 1.5% of your account a day. So it's $1,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. you know, that's up to debate. You don't really want to lose more than 5% a day. So technically, you have $5,000. So you could trade, you know, realistically, if you're scalping around the book with a $500 stop and max. You know what I mean? But at most, with a $100,000 account, I'll probably trade as 3 contracts.
I see.
Like you see how these people are like getting their pussy smashed in a range day like this. But
Mhm.
the question is, when this hit this structure down here, what was that? That was 52 stops, somewhere around there. I don't know. Fuck it. It was 100 stops combined down at this level. So it just depends the way you want to trade it. This right here would been valid. See all that fucking absorption down there right here?
Yeah.
Multiple times. That would have been a nice trade. Yeah, that would have been beautiful. You could have scalped that maybe twice before it went up.
I have a question. So you said that normally the big players wait until 10 a.m. or so to put their trades on the market?
It depends. If you have a footprint chart where your you have like a threshold of 200 is 0, 150 and 0, you will
Mhm.
automatically see that those market execution orders get positioned. You can see it on here too from time to time, but lately, since the on summer vacation, most of the big traders are on vacation right now. I haven't seen it lately, but yeah, usually you start to see it when you dip into the low of a major 4-hour low or something.
Do you recognize it based on the icebergs for the big players?
Depends. So icebergs are, you know, resting liquidity orders are hidden. You can't see it. So like for example, right here, I only see 76 orders here, but there might be 1,000 lot order being hidden off the book. Until that
Oh,
gets up there and triggers, then Bookmap tells me. A lot of times you can see it on the dome itself being actively filled, but I just like to see it on fucking Bookmap because it, you know, I'm a little lazy like that sometimes.
so you're able to see that once it gets hit on the market, right? Not before.
Yeah, once it's
Okay.
triggered. At best, it's a guess, you know, but a lot of the times is a lot of people are going short, like all these ICT traders, like short the supply zone right here, put your wide stop. But then if you see fucking 300 orders above that, the algo's going to try to push in and go fuck with that order. So therefore, you're going to get stopped. If you have access to that information, then you know I'm not going short here until we get to that liquidity up there and see what happens. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that makes so much sense. Yeah.
There's a lot of times they'll get up to liquidity and they'll fucking pull it and the market dumps. Happens a lot. So.
I hate ICT. I'm always like saying jokes about it and all that shit. Hate that ICT.
Okay. It's whatever. I mean, he just stole a bunch of concepts from Tom Dante back in like 2009. So there is some, because all his ICT is just, you know, recognition of patterns in the market. You know what I mean? So that means an algo is actually setting up those trades. So it's technically not invalid, but that's shit from like 13 years ago, dude. And algos are programmed like to change from time to time. You know,
Yeah.
so shit's obsolete. But I mean, they call this the fair value gap, where they I guess they get like 3 candles printed to the downside, and then they're like, okay, it's going to fill the gap because there's 3 candles. Right? I think that's some shit that they say. But how many
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
has the market done this? Boom, boom, and then back down again. They're like, oh fuck my pussy. You know what I mean? Sorry, my language. But you
No,
know,
you're fine.
but a lot of the big things. You became very passionate. A lot of the times, like if you see right here, this massive move down from the algorithms, you can't see that obviously, but that was 441 stops. Compared to the book, the maximum size right here I see is 8.
What's that?
What the fuck is
Damn,
going on?
dude.
Who's getting
I don't know.
electric shocked right now?
That's his thing.
That's his kink.
No, it's his, yeah, it's, what's his face? Wasabi. He has that Walmart mic that's like $10. FTT doesn't pay him enough. But yeah, to answer your question is like, you know, as an order flow trader, we're based off volume events. We're not based off intuition. Like it's all about liquidity. It's about pulling of liquidity, stops, absorption of icebergs, algos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
if you trade that and you learn how to scalp it, you know, you'll be very successful. If you watch the video, if he decides to post it, you know, I grabbed some awesome trades to the fucking tick, and then it came back and hit me and then took off again. You know, that's algos do that because they know there's scalp traders that will put at break even and then get fucked.
Mm.
I mean, I fucked up so many trades yesterday. Yesterday should have been like $1,000, $1,500 a day. Then I only walked away at 300. Yeah, it happens. So trade's not by Matt. What type of chart is that on the middle of your screen? I don't think Matt B's even here. Oh, Matt B is here. He asked that fucking 4 minutes ago. Sorry, Matt. Which screen are you talking about? Are you talking about the DOM right here? Or oh, you're talking about right here? That's Ninja Trader with the Renko bars.
No, I already told him. I think he got it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
He says what settings though? I just said lifetime. Is that correct?
Yeah. But Isaac and Ricky, so the thing is, like, so right here, right, the market came up, came back down, and then you start to see us, we hit the same price level to the tick 3 times, right? Well, this was 200 stops right here. And if you look at the book, the average, the highest price you're going to see is 92 or 92 resting liquidity hours, and the average is 20 to 30. So 200 stop is 4 times that average amount in the book. So you're looking from a volume perspective, that's enough to hold the market up. And that's why you
I
had this
see.
move up. I guarantee you, every retard was going short here, and or every retard was going long here, and they got slapped back down. Or was getting stops until they fucking absorbed it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Do you see the stair stepping going on right here? All this stair stepping shit.
Uh-huh.
The one thing I like to trade is it's a little trick that I learned. A lot of people are going long here, but they're getting stopped. See how multiple times it tests the prior support?
Yeah.
Algos are trained to fucking to do that, to absorb people. But what you're starting to see is the key is this, right? So we say we market pulls back here. What I'm looking for is volume to be absorbed with stops down here. But what I want to see is all of a sudden is a quick slap of volume, just rush. That's an algorithm fucking sweeping the book. You know what sweeping the book means?
No, I don't know.
The motherfucker market executes across like 10 different levels to basically grab stops on the other side and resting liquidity. And then what you'll see is you'll start to see a massive sweep that happens within half a second, a big giant bubble up here that hit resting liquidity and then stops. If
Oh,
I
that's
see,
the algos.
yeah, so if I see a massive sweep into resting liquidity on the offers and I see stops, I'm taking that trade, that short. And they do it every time until they stop doing it. And then eventually it completely claps the opposite direction. But this is a known shorting tactic because every retard retail trader is trying to go long. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
And
So
then
you would
it's
rather trade the short once it makes the sweep and hits the stops rather than going
no,
long, right?
no. So what I'm looking for is all of a sudden I see a sweep. Like all of a sudden
Oh,
there's a sweep in the book, and then I'm like, okay, what's the market condition? The motherfucker's stair stepping it until it gets into the high. If I see
I
that,
see.
if I see a secondary sweep off the first initial signal, then I'll take that short. It does it again, I'll take that short. But eventually, it's just going to completely dump and then go back up with strong volume. That's just what it does. It'll stair step, and then all of a sudden you'll see a massive dump, and then they'll start to add they'll start adding liquidity orders in the book, and then take it finally up. So this is a known thing. What they do is they'll stair step it, hit the stops, then dump it, then go long. There's a
Makes
specific
sense.
term that they had. They called it. I forgot, but that was a long time ago. I mean, yeah, if you watch me long enough, you'll start to pick up all these little stupid shit that I do. Like if you look at my chart, you'll see like 30, 40 trades all over the place.
Bro,
It's
based
not
off
Matt.
yesterday's video, I was like, I thought you were getting on tilt sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean it happens, but you know, it just depends. What am I doing? Am I trading a wrestling? So what got me on semi on tilt was this. Every time we broke structure, there's stops and sweeps, and the motherfucker went up, but then I forgot. No, it kept triggering back down again. But
It kept
eventually,
like
I
absorbing.
knew. Yep, and then fucking eventually it got and went.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Like everything was right. The LTQ was good, everything, and it just didn't work out until the very, very last ditch effort. Trades by Matt. What size of stop loss do you use? Varying depending on market conditions. It depends what I'm trading. So you have to define. This is answer Trevor's question. So if you're a trend trader and you're trading micro, so let's say if you have a $5,000 account, and if you if you measure the range of the open from high to low, that's let's say micros, right? That's $100. You can realistically take, so this was a volume event. These was where stops were triggered, right? So you realistically could take a $50 stop and then add to your position on the way up. Like, you could scaled into a position to the previous rotation high and still walked away at $200. Now, if I'm scalping to the tick, maximum take is $100 on full stops. But what happens a lot is when I get into the trade and it starts to move up, I'll either control spacebar and go straight to break even because I don't want to take a full stop unless if it's the volume is that damn strong. But it's Matt B. What I meant, what range settings on the Renko? So I have two different settings on NQ. One is 14.4, and the larger picture is 42.12. So I have two different charts. The small one to see all like the little micro movements is 14.4, and the second one is 42.12. These are Ninja Renkos, so if you want to download that, it's free. I could send it to you if you want.
Could you send it to
Oh,
me as well when you get a chance?
Yeah, I can. Did that answer your question, Isaac? I'm sorry. Or Enrique?
Yeah. Thank
Is
you
it
so much.
Enrique or Isaac?
You can say Enrique, yeah.
We'll call you Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, Enrique Iglesias.
Thanks. What would you use on ES? On ES, I use 7 and 2 for the small one, and the larger one I use 14 and 4.
I actually wanted to ask you another question about
Go for it.
so you see there on the book map, like there are like 570 stops, 900 stops, 499.
Yeah.
So when you see that, is that like when you are like, oh, I short this? But unless you don't see that, then you don't take the trade.
So let me show you. So when you see collegiate stacking of orders, like right here between three price levels, that's like 2,000, right? 2,000 orders.
Mhm.
So this, I believe, was an iceberg that got triggered, a massive iceberg. But what you want to see is okay, what is the average conducted spread on the delta, right? What's the largest orders? What's the average size? Average size is anywhere between 4 to 500, 2 to 500, right? So when you look here on the day, it's all dependent on the day, right? 2 to 500. So 600 here, but all of a sudden, if you see 1,000 plus, that's something to pay attention to, right? So we came down here at the very low. We see 1,000 plus print. So the question is, what's going on here? So you see 1,000, then all of a sudden you see another 1,000 buyers pick up the offers right below it. So two things are going to happen. You have two large positions. You have a large position here, sells, and a large position's long. Someone's going to get squeezed out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because in order for these sellers to get out of the positions, they have to close their position. That becomes buyers. So now not only you have 1,000 long here. If they get squeezed out, that's another 1,000 longs. And then on top of that, they have another 1,000. So you have a potential of 3,000 longs on the bottom of this range. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you're seeing 200, 300, 500, 3,000 buys on the bottom of the range is going to go against all these motherfuckers. So mathematically, who's probably going to win here? You have 1,000 on the bottom, and then you have another 1,000 that came into the book to squeeze these 1,000 out. So there's 1,000 trap traders, so that's 3,000. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then that's why you probably got this massive move up from the bottom to the low of ES. Those are the things you want to pay attention to. Those are the things that people that just look at the dome specifically. Does that make sense?
So then the people there, like market, will move to those 1,000 orders and then like fuck up with them and reverse it.
It depends. Algos depends because you have
Could we
algos that
slap it down even farther if they?
yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, that's what I like about the book map. It tells me when our stops, and sometimes a lot of the times the stops don't even show up on the book. Like even though it says 1,000 stops, and I won't see 1,000, nothing printed there. So it's kind of like it should be, but sometimes it doesn't. And then I'm like, holy fuck. And then all of a sudden I see 1,000 get triggered. It's not even on the book, and then just completely reverses the fucking opposite way. I don't know how Bookmap calculates this shit, to be honest. I mean, it should be off the bids and the offers, but there's sometimes that this random fucking flip, it moves the opposite direction. There's nothing on the delta that tells me that. No absorption or nothing. And I look over at Bookmap, it's a bunch of stops.
I see. So you trade more based on the bookmap, right? Your trades.
I mean, it's basically just order flow, man. I'm looking for less than liquidity. I'm looking for sweeps. I'm looking for stops. I'm looking for icebergs. I'm looking for volume events. Volume events move the market. It's not ICT because ICT 2016 core said so. It's because of some motherfucker. Yeah, Dante actually posted the Ninja Renko. It's probably the latest one too, if you guys wanted it in the private chat or
Okay,
the fucking community chat.
let me see.
But that's just that's the nature of the beast.
I see. Thank you.
Yesterday was awesome. Yesterday had all kinds of fucking setups, dude. I just fucked it up.
Because you also
Yesterday.
look at POC, right? POC, if it flips to the lows or any of that shit.
Yeah, POC is very important because POC might be down here, and all of a sudden the market's spending a lot of time here. If POC flips, and especially if it was already a long, there's a good chance that's telling you the sellers are in control and the market's going to dump from there. So that if you're in a long, you need to get the fuck out. So,
It
and
has
then
happened to me this sometimes. I wanted to ask you, like, before when I had like my old setup, like I was kind of gambling because I couldn't really see much of
yeah.
what was going on. Like POC would flip to the highs,
Mhm.
and I would short that. I used delta too. I would see like some red delta or whatever, but I would short that and POC flip, but price would keep pumping for like 100 points plus.
Yeah.
Like going up like crazy still, even in the POC flip. Is there anything that shows that in the book map or anything when that
Yeah.
happens, or like you show?
So, like, let's give you an example, right? Let's say that the value area low we get down here, right? We already moved off the value low once, right? So I don't remember. I don't know if that was stops, but let's say that if you go long here at the value area low, right? So what we're looking for is on the delta. What we're looking for, what's going on there. So if we're moving down to the value area low to go long, we want to see maybe 80 plus or 90 to 100, 50 to 100 buyers stepping in. You want to see the delta flip. That's what we call delta searches on the footprint chart, right? So where there's more buyers that come into the market at a particular price level versus the sells, the difference, right? But
Yeah.
the problem with that is that because every single professional course, we're talking about Axios, we're talking about Nadra, S&B's bullshit. They're like, we get into a level, delta flips, go long. Well, any real order flow trader is going to tell you, well, what's going to happen if we delta flips, right? And all of a sudden, if you look in the book and the algo starts slapping 200 lot orders, shorts, all on the offer right there, and you're going long, and then price volume kicks up. So if buyers are hitting the offers hard, but then if there's a massive sell wall there, who do you think is going to win there?
The sellers.
Exactly, because algos are slapping in there. They want to go long, but the algos have the real time. They can do the same thing. They're calculating. If they see 300 buyers come in right
Mm-hmm.
here, 300 buyers hit the bids, but if they slap 500 orders on top of the bids, mathematically 200 more than what's the bids have to offer, someone's going to get ran over, right? So they absorb it, and then they start stepping on the gas depending on how much is being continues to hit on the bids. They'll overrun those fuckers and they'll start market executing to slap it down. And guess what? You're gonna hit stops on the other sides too. So it just depends. You know what I mean? So that's why you have to look at the book real time what's going on. If there's resting liquidity, algo spoofing, all kinds of shit. Or let's say that if you fucking go long here and then all of a sudden you start to see the LTQ, longs go high and hard, but then there's a massive 1,000 iceberg just sitting there, and you're hitting it and you're like, why isn't this fucker not moving up? All you're seeing is the bids just hitting aggressively. It's not moving. That's a massive iceberg absorbing your monkey ass. Who do you think's going to win?
Sellers there.
Exactly. That big sell iceberg.
I see.
Question is, who has the biggest money in their bank account? You or that fucking market maker? It's the
Yeah.
algos and the market makers have the ability to move the market, not some retard funded sim account guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course.
So that's what you have to understand. Like the order flow is everything. I don't give a fuck what your trading strategy is. I don't give a fuck what your theory or concept is. If you don't fucking look at order flow and the real time manipulation, you are trading fucking blind.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I felt sometimes in the past. Like, POC was flipping, and I would long if it was at the lows or if it was at the highs, and that shit could keep going the other way. Like, I'm blind. I don't know what's going on. Like,
I'll give you an example yesterday. I fuck up all the time. Like if you watch me long, like if you see my P&L, like my real P&L, it's like this, and I'm like getting my ass slapped for a couple days, and then boom, I get my ass slapped. Sometimes it goes sideways for a couple days, and boom, and then sometimes like this, and it's like boom. That's what a real fucking P&L looks like. It looks like the damn fucking chart, right? Like some days I go on tilt. Yesterday was one of them. I'm trying to see he could show you the video, but what happened was it was right here, right? So the market was dropping, but then on the book, like on the literally on the book to the level to the tick, it was building bounce. There was a lot of LTQ buyers coming into the book. It was literally absorbing the fuck out of all these aggressive sellers. And I was seeing it, but I was taking stop, stop, stop. And I knew mathematically how much we absorbed on the way down. Sooner or later, this motherfucker was going to reverse. But also at the same time, is if you watch the recording on Bookmap, there was a massive $1,500, 2,000 iceberg that triggered at the bottom of that low. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if ES has a massive buy, that means those big players want to defend that position. Does that make sense? Because if they're fucking wrong, then that's really going to fucking drop the market and they're going to be negative in the hundreds of thousands, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to want to defend that position. So I knew on the way down, I was like negative 600, but I knew if I would have got stopped out here, I've been done negative 700 for the day and I was out, done. You know, it is what it is. I fucked up. I got emotional. But even though I was emotional, my theory and concept was correct. Some days you're just gonna fuck up. It's not gonna work. You know, I mean, you're not gonna be on the right trend. But I literally followed my plan. I know the last ditch ever was here. I went long, and the motherfucker went like plus 800. So I made back
Wow.
600 plus two, and I traded somewhere the yesterday's high absorption. And I went long into the IB high because I knew there's gonna be sellers and liquidity up there, and I was done on the day. So yesterday, I mean, should have been 1,000 plus day, but I fucked up. You know what I mean? It happens. Yeah, I mean, was I green? Sure, but I was trained way more aggressively than I should have, and there's much more better setups that I should have took. I wanted to be done that day quick. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
everybody's bound to fuck up, but your theory and your concepts have to be correct. If your theory is, oh fuck yeah, let's sellers supply zone, let's go low, and look, it came back and retested again. But the question is, when you get up here, if you hit 400 stops, which we did, but then all of a sudden you see Algo slapping a maximum lot size of 1,000 longs here on the bids, you really think that's going to hold the market down? No,
No
fuck no.
way.
They're going to take it up.
Yeah.
If you don't have access to that information, you're going to get your dick slapped multiple times.
100%. I feel
And,
that.
and then when you blow your account so hard, and then you're going to just be filling up Scott's fucking McLaren, his gas every day. You know, oh, I blew 300 accounts, go fill that son bitch up. You know, like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't fucking trade one account, you have no business trading 20. Like, you're just going to be blowing up like a retard.
So true.
Like, today, if this was a normal day and we're hitting stops at the top of the range of 400, like right up here, I would have took that trade all day long. This 200 stop down here somewhere. Wait, this is yesterday. What the fuck am I talking about? Where I would have took a trade would have been right here. Those 200 stops at the open would have took that all day. This store up here, the 400 stops would have took that. You see all these stops being triggered all over the place? People are blowing up hard today, dude. They are blowing fucking hard. Look at that. Fucking 110, 70, 200, 400. Scott got a pretty good payday today if they rebought those rallies today. He got paid. Not hating, you know, it's a business, but, you know, I guarantee you there's some rallies that were purchased again today. But you see this right here? This 200 stops are triggered and then redefended again. The chances of, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and say, but market profile comes into hand too because the amount of volume spent per time component, time is also a key factor too. Time and volume go hand in hand. But the fact that you have stops are triggered down here and POC down here, the chances of this getting below this, you know, it'll take like a shit ton of surge volume.
That makes sense. So on prop, you go for smaller moves, right?
Me? If I'm scalping, yeah.
Like moves how many points do you normally look for? Like 5-10 points max? Or
Depends
depends, I
on
guess.
depends on the volume. If you know that fucking volume starts hitting the bids start hitting those offers. It goes $1,000 in 2 seconds. I'm taking it. I don't give a fuck. If it goes $100 in 2 seconds, I'm taking it. I'm taking whatever the suite does.
You have a TP in place, take profit just in case, like 50 points or something?
Yeah, I mean it's like 200 points or it's
I
100
see.
points right now. I mean, there's those one days when you enter that position to the tick, and the motherfucker will run $700 in like 3 seconds. I've seen it, I've done it, but those are very rare. That's usually you entering a position right before news.
I see. Do you trade news on your live account or something?
I mean, I have, but you know, I usually get stopped out because it happens so fast. It whiplashes me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't trade news specifically. No, I don't even look at the news anymore. I just know 10 a.m. hits. I've got to be flat like 30 seconds before that.
I see.
I mean, it's up to you, man. You can, like, the one strategy that I do implore if you don't want to trade order flow is just wait out the first 30 minutes, look at the DOM, look at, you know, where mass amounts of imbalances are. Like, for example, if I'm looking at this today, we can't get below this, we can't get above this. So if market's down here and I start to see offers, then I'm gonna go long. I'm gonna go long and then close out POC, or I'm gonna go long until value high. Because if you look at Mathematica, we got through value high plenty of times. We absorbed here once. Put my stop below it. So I'll risk, you know, $200 for what? 310 at POC, and then another fucking 700. $200 to $700, $710 setup. That's valid.
Yeah,
You know what I
pretty
mean?
good.
So you could do that, and then there's nothing wrong with that. But average players would be like, yo, I'm gonna put a stop here and pray to God we get up to here. It's like, what the fuck's telling you to do that? Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing telling you to do that. So yeah, I call these the IB gap fill trades or the overnight, because 90% chance the overnight high or the yesterday's, I'm sorry, the overnight high and low or the yesterday's range is high and low is going to get filled. So,
Mhm.
but if I was going to do this, what I would do is, like, for example, you know, I pulled a lot of money out of it, but I have a $5,000 account right now. But I would trade one micro here, give it a $50 stop, and we start to move up, then I'll add 2 to 3 in. So
I
you
see.
could potentially close the day at, like, you know, $300-400.
Makes sense.
So there's many ways you can trade it. It's all about your account size and the risk you're willing to accept, and use an order flow to back your judgment. So you see this right here, yesterday's POC.
Yeah.
I was actually eyeing that. I didn't say that during the stream, but I said that, you know, this is, in my mind, this is key. If we can't get below this, there's a good chance we're gonna keep going up. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if we blew straight through this with conviction and we build balance down here, around here, and it looks like a bunch of selling pressure, we're gonna dump.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that sometimes, and I would actually like, let's say we go to the lows and we start chopping there. And with
Yeah.
my old setup, so tough to see all these things. But yeah, price could dump even there, even if POC would be at the lows when it starts creating balance.
Yeah. I just tell people, you know, don't do the fucking funded accounts. Get away from it. Shut it off. Get Sierra chart. Load up all your domes, you know, and fucking figure it out. Start watching it. Get you know, with a $50 stop loss or $100 stop loss at max, and start to look balance being built to the tick. I mean, I don't always grab it to the tick. You know, sometimes I'll fucking enter a little bit into the trend, like off the tick. But you know, if it starts to pull back three, 5 ticks, I'm out of the trade. You know what I mean? It's, you're gonna have your core rules, and most days you're gonna follow it, and some days you're gonna go full retard. I went full retard yesterday, and I almost paid for it. You know what I mean? But it's gonna happen. But you have to be able to say, you know what, $700 is my max loss. I'm gonna take it, and that's it. I'm walking away. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
you can't be all emotional like a fucking woman and start crying about and bitching about it and let you affect your day. You know what I mean? If I took a $7 loss, it would have sucked. But you know, I'd be like, fuck, I'm going to sleep. I'm not losing sleep. And I'll just go trade, you know, the next fucking 12 hours from that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what you gotta do, man. And if you can't do that, then go with a broker that'll fucking put a hard stop loss on your ass. And you can't open it up. You can't call the desk and be like, please, please, please. And like, no, motherfucker, this is the agreement. We're not unlocking your account. If you're doing that, then you should quit trading because you're a fucking emotional woman.
100%.
And to all the beautiful ladies, I'm sorry, I am a sexist. Get me banned, please. But I mean, it's just in this game, 90% of people are fucking little beta pussies and they can't accept defeat. Or it's a war. You lose one, you're gonna lose a battle or two. You're gonna get a black eye or bloody nose. Accept it, take it. If you want to know the best thing to do to become a successful trader, go take up boxing or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or submission wrestling. You're gonna get your ass beat every fucking day until you start to fucking learn how to defend yourself.
That's actually
This
really good. Yeah.
this is
You will
different
pick
though.
up
This
boxing, and then
yeah.
you learn how to deal with it.
Yes, and this is different. This is emotional pain. This is where it hits the most. I get mad every day. Like, I if you saw during the video, I shut off my mic because I was calling when I was getting stopped out 6 times in a row. I was calling a faggot, bitch, and then but I
I do the
knew.
same thing.
But the difference is when we got down to that low, if I got stopped out 700, I was gonna shut the screen off and walk away and didn't give a fuck. Yeah, but in the moment, I'm saying all kinds of shit that probably get me banned. But yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that was
If
funny
you
when that other guy he came and he was like, "So you would have walked away?" And you're like, "Yeah, of course." And he was like, "Well, most people don't walk away." And you're like, "Most people are just garbage."
Yeah, I don't know what I said, but it's just it is what it is. It used to bother me a lot, but I made like I think it was 2018. I lost $10,000 in one fucking day, and I told myself, you know what? I literally told myself either kill myself or I'm gonna make this. Obviously, I don't want to kill myself, but I told myself, dude, I gotta change. I gotta stop being fucking emotional. I need to get with a broker that's gonna stop my ass out, and that's what Ninja Trader did. They switched over. They put hard limits on, and that's what I did, and it saved my ass. But like that's what I tell people. Like I need psychological this and that. No, motherfucker, just get with a broker that put hard limits on your ass. That's the only thing that saved me. It's not my emotional, amazing psychic powers or psycho. No, it was a fucking daily drawdown limit. If I lost 1,000 a week, and then it fucking was stop my ass out for the whole fucking week. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So you set that up on Ninja?
Yeah, I lost $10,000, and when I had my broker was dormant, I lost 35,000 that year. I could go back and look. I don't. I try to find the actual broker statement of that day. I can't find it though. Like Dorman's fucking shitty.
Should I show you my $1+ million loss then?
I mean, that's up to it's up to you. I mean, that was just my pivot point when I told myself, I need to get serious. Now, me losing 10 grand a day wasn't gonna kill me, but it was more of a like emotional thing. Like, holy shit, because whatever I put my mind to, I usually succeed. I'm willing to go to the very last limit, and this was one of those moments. Like, I was like, holy fuck, I need to change this up. I'm not gonna let the market beat my ass. I need to stop being a little bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that day, I think 2018, I told myself, it's like, I'm gonna give myself one more year. If I fucking keep blowing up, I'm done. I'm walking away. But if I stop, then I'll keep trading. Or at least day trading futures.
Mm.
Because I mean, when it comes to stock positions and I mean spot positions in fucking crypto and stocks, you only lose if you buy a shitty stock. But if you buy high caps, good stuff, it's eventually gonna go back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
See right up here, we hit 260 stops up here. We just hit 260.
They were at the
Mass amount of
highs.
absorptions, and then if it rolls over here, and that's a short. But the motherfuckers keeps going. But this is a very good example. So like what you wanted to see it come back up here to the tick, hover around, and then start to dump, and that's a short. But now you're starting to see it starting to push up. It started to build balance here. You could have gone long. I don't usually do that personally, but that's a valid setup. Sweeps, 200 stops. This came back down, retested 20,301.5 and start to roll over. I would have shorted that. That's just an example.
I see. So you will have shorted once it starts to roll over, right? You
Yeah,
don't
I'm
get.
looking for a secondary test at that level though, usually.
I see.
Like this right here, this short would have been hard to catch. You have been guessing because the 225 stops were here with mass amount of absorption. This is the volume event. If you start to break above it, the shorts is out. There's no reason to take this trade anymore, unless if you hit another 400 stops above here. But we didn't.
I see.
We hit 30 stops. So if you took this trade, you were gambling.
I see.
And there's a good chance maybe if this starts to push back up, people are going short here, and this pushes back up, they're going to get stomped out again. But you see this fat liquidity 84 right here?
Yeah.
If I'm going to short here, I want to see it hit this 84 and see what it does. See how the market's pushing back up again?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to go up, but you know, if anybody's short here, they're underwater. You don't chase it. You got to grab it to the tick or any type of liquidity. There's a shit ton of liquidity that got filled here. Holy, that's ES. That was 170 that got filled there.
So you also look at the ES a lot for the DOM, right?
Just for, in order for, they call it for correlations, yes. But a lot of the times is when there's icebergs executed on the ES and there's no icebergs on NQ and the market starts to move, the algorithms that copy, because you notice the indexes correlate, right? They move together.
Yeah.
It's usually when one moves, there's algorithms that are programmed to fucking start executing orders on the book to follow it.
I see.
I don't arbitrage trade. It moves too fast. I can't do that. You have to have an algorithm, an arbitrage algorithm to do something like that, but who knows? But you see this motherfucker, it just keeps going. So there's liquidity here at, there's 89 right here. I'll be
Yeah.
interested. There's 50 and 80, 91. Now it's getting stacked. I would want to see how we hit these liquidities up here. Look at that fucking sweep. See that right there? That was a sweep. How it just went. Those multiple bubbles. That was a sweep. Sweep to the downside too. Algorithms are getting wild up here. See right there? That's another sweep. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, that was fast.
Sweep down, sweep up. They're sweep down, sweep down again, sweep up. They're gonna go and fuck with this liquidity, I guarantee it. And then if we fill here, it's probably gonna dump. My best, another sweep. You can't trade this.
Nah, no chance.
You have to wait until we get into liquidity and see what happens. They see liquidity here, and that's what they're doing. So if you see a bunch of sweeping hang stops all over the place and there's liquidity, something's gonna happen here. It's either gonna blast straight the fuck through or it's gonna dump. Sometimes they'll front run the liquidity and they start to see balance like literally to the tick. I'm talking about one, see right here, this is liquidity, literally right there. You'll come it, hit, pull back, hit it again, pull back, hit it again. Usually on the third attempt, then they'll dump it.
I see.
And then if you watch the video of my Blow Up Boy course video that I recorded, I have real time them doing that to the tick. And then all of a sudden right below it right here, there's a massive iceberg that got filled. Now what you have to do is you have to look at if there's 2,000 icebergs and then there's 1,000 or there's 2,000 resting liquidities on the offer, there's 1,500 executed right here, then you know if there's less icebergs executed, they're going to try to get out at that 2,000 because there's 500 still left over. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's all about math at the end of the day.
Yeah, I remember one of your videos, I think it was that one, the blowout course, there was a 2,000
Mhm.
resting liquidity at the highs, and price was coming up there all the time, like the algos were pushing it up whenever it was trying to go down, but eventually it went down much more, but at the end it happened the absorption at the bottoms with like so many icebergs at the bottom. That was crazy.
Yeah, but that's I'm used to. I know when there's resting liquidity, big players see it and the algos see it and they want to go fuck with it. Because what they're trying to do is they're going to try to front run because retail is going to try to go long into it. But they know they're going to fucking reverse it, hit a bunch of stops with a massive iceberg order behind it. So they're using the stops as fuel with their iceberg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got to understand there's always the retard that's going long. There's always retards going short. See, there's another 70 that got slapped. See, they're spoofing it right now, 50, 70. But there's a core 93 position here. See, I was like 70, 50, and they're switching between this level to that level.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to pull the price up.
Shit, where are the highs?
Yeah, somebody's trying to fuck with this right now. And like you said, if we're going towards the highs, there's a good chance they're going to fucking manipulate and try to push it. They may dump it. Who knows? You just got to be ready for whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact is that you saw those sweeps real time. See, if you're just trading candlesticks, you can't see that, you know what I mean? Those sweeps. But if you're trading the DOM, you have a heat map that represents some type of data of the DOM, some form of it. You can see it. Back in the day, believe it or not, level 2 is just a bunch of colors that you programmed. Literally, like if you set it the like color red to flash 200 to 0, 200 to 0, and then all of a sudden you're seeing red just flash. That's how it was back in like 2013. It was pretty shitty. And
that
then
thing down there you have is delta below the heat map. Those
yeah, it's
lines
LT
are
difference. This is the buys. This is the different. The red is the offers, and this is the difference. So right now we have 36. We have a lot more buyers hitting this level, absorbing the sellers on the way down. So
I
you see
see.
right here, the green is the delta, right? It's moving down, but what's happening real time? If I see 50, if it's moving down, but if I see like 100 on the delta spread, then that's fucking sellers getting absorbed, and I know it's going to reverse eventually. I
see.
showed, if you watch the video that if he posted it, Black posted it, I was explaining that in real time, then it just whiplashed back to the top side. But what you're looking for is to build balance, like, you know, up, down, up, down, up, down, off a specific price point.
Mm.
It's not that I'm just going to take a long and put a wide stop. I've done that before, like a long time ago, and I've got my dick hit so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about to sweep this motherfucker. Watch, it's building. There's not even that much buyers coming in. But if buyers, yeah, they're starting to step on it right here. If they start to step on it and starts to move up, I guarantee an algo will sweep into this shit. And if you hit like 400, 200 stops right here, that's a sell. But I mean, it just may dump. Who fuck knows? But you see right there, 44, and then if the average resting liquidity is 13.12, that's a lot more. That means that buyers are really absorbing the sellers down here. But someone's going to be right. Someone's going to be wrong. All these buyers could be wrong and they get fucking swapped out. How do you trade that? If these buyers are wrong, well, their stops are down here somewhere. And if the stops get triggered, like 300 down here, then you're waiting for it to build balance.
I see.
People be going long on the way down and guessing. But once we see stops or a massive like absorption happen, on candlesticks you can't see that. But on the DOM you can see that. And then if you're seeing a you know massive absorption, and if depending if you see on ES how your DOM is set up, if you see real time bids coming in right at that level, that's a long all day long.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
The fucking buyers are really trying to absorb this, dude. They're trying to take this up. That's a lot. Contracts. This is a battle right now. Aha, there's the fucking liquidity still sitting there. I think they're gonna tap this liquidity. See the delta's starting to break to the top side.
Yeah, it's gonna happen now.
Cumulative delta, what the fuck they call it. See, I want to be long here. My interest is this fucking liquidity. What happens when we hit it? You see these three little lines that just appeared out of nowhere, and now it's fucking converging to one, a tight spread. See how it's fucking flapping all over the place? Those are fucking algos spoofing right now. Like, I can't see that on the book, but I can see it on the fucking heat map, the way it's programmed. They're trying to pull this up right now. I guarantee you, I mean, there's a shit ton of people long here, but what's stopping it from going down more? You know what I mean? Who knows? It could come down here, slap a bunch of stops, and go up again. Algos do that shit all the time, dude. Especially in the NQ.
Mm.
I guarantee a sweep's about to happen. I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing. Buyers are building. But then now you're getting sellers stepping in here, so this can go either way. That's the thing about this. You can't pay attention to this and be like, oh yeah, you know, it's going short long. This is gauging real time what's happening, but anything can happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, anything can happen here.
Unless if you see an influx of like 200, and then that's off, so you can't tell you. By the time that happens, it's already too late. The market moved.
When you're gonna take a trade, do you look at all your things or you just focus on
Everything.
one component? Everything, right? Okay.
When I see the volume event, I'm watching everything. Your eyes just start peering all over the place. But the most important thing is the heat map is a representation of what's going on in the book. So that's why I use the heat map. It really makes it a lot easier for me. At least as far as NQ. If I'm trading ES, it's a whole different thing. This thing is very very liquid. It takes a lot of orders to move things, so it's a lot easier. See over there? I can see that. It's not like this fucking retard just moving all over the place. I could literally just look at the DOM and tell who's winning right now. You know what I mean? So if you're looking right here, it's the sellers are dominating right now. For the most part, that's evenly balanced. Buyers are buying, buyers even balanced, sellers. So you know what I mean, so you can tell. It's not hard to tell with this, but with this, I need this. This is too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I have 6 different screens basically, so you know, you do what you're comfortable with. But I would not be in a trade, but I guarantee you 90% of the retards right now are in a long position right now. We should do a vote. Who's long right now? I'm just kidding. The thing is, they expected to break with conviction. Not with all this fucking liquidity right here stacked. It'd be hard to get through that. The only way it's going to get through is if Algo sweeps it. The problem is Algo sweep it hard, there's going to be stops here, and it's going to boom. And then they're going to freak out. I'm like, oh my god, why am I going down? And they're going to cry, ES, why are you doing this to me? Why are you fucking me today? You know what I mean? Because you asked the market makers to bend you over and take it up the ass. That's on you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally, the trade was here, the short.
We came up there, but
What's up?
not. Did we came up there to the resting liquidity? Not yet, no.
Not yet. It's right here. 90. It's stacked. It's getting heavier. There's 90 here, core, and there's another 80 being slapped in right here. So you know that this market's going to sweep through this. The question is, what happens? Do we hit a bunch of stops? I mean, look at the fucking cumulative delta. It's rising. Let's see right here. See 60, 50 sellers are coming in. They're fucking selling this. So there's a good chance this thing might front run and dump. Like 70. That's a lot, dude. 70. The sellers are really absorbing this. Someone's got to get fucked.
Yeah, I'm trying to get fucked.
I'm only interested when we get into the orders. If it sweeps into it and stops your triggered, and it tests it a second time and stalls, I would short that 100%. But you gotta understand, 98% of traders are going long here. Like, and then you know some people have access to information. The very small few are shorting. See if this gets pulled. See that twice to the tick and it front ran it. See that right there?
Yeah.
Fucking to the tick and front ran it. You could have shorted that maybe. It was kind of quick. But you see how much sellers are coming right now? That's huge. That's a shit ton of sellers coming at this level. I would not want to be long right now. Fuck. Yeah, see? I told you. Real time.
Yeah.
Front run. See, what I'm saying is you gotta be ready for anything. You gotta be ready. You gotta have your hotkeys ready to go short, or if it sweeps through, go short. Or if it sweeps through, hits a bunch of stops, and all of a sudden you've seen this fucking 300 resting liquidity orders getting slapped into the book and it's filling, they gotta be ready to go long on a nickel of a dime. So we're getting a bunch of sellers here, but there's no actual hard absorptions here on the delta. So this thing may dump. Who knows? I don't know. But there's a shit ton. Look at 100 sellers. Oh my god, that's a lot of sellers, dude. That's a lot. And they fucking pulled that. See that there? They fucking pulled it. No, actually, 83 got filled. 83 got filled. So there's a shit ton of sellers, and yeah, this thing's about to get wild. Something's about to pop. See that 161 right there? That's a lot. See that again? They fucking front ran it again. I think this thing's gonna dump eventually hard. I mean, that was a shit ton of sellers. See that fucking front ran into the tick again. I guarantee a lot of people are pissed. Like, get me out, come on, just get boom. Pussy got slapped.
Bro, I've been there. Like, give me these break of the highs.
Yeah. I mean, that right there was what, $100 move, I think. That was a $165 move right there. You could have scalped, maybe. You know, if you're fast enough.
Yeah.
That was like 10 points.
These are the things that I watch out for. But if I want to short it, like really short it, I want to see a hard fucking sweep. Like, you know, you saw those random just like that. I want to see that with stops. That combined with stops and resting liquidity on the offer, that's a perfect storm for a short. I mean, like a $500. See right there, 93, 172. They're stacking here. There's a lot of people short up here. I guarantee it. I mean, obviously there's, you could see it real time, but buyers are starting to pick it up here. But it's easy to call it real time. Trading is a whole different thing.
I really like this bookmap thing. I have to get this 100%.
It's very expensive. You're better off with either Jigsaw Trader or fucking Sierra Trader. Sierra Trader is $30 a month for the global, plus it's 70. Then you gotta pay another 134 for the icebergs. You don't need the iceberg indicator. You can literally see it on the dome when it's executed. It's a
I see.
guess, but still, you know. But for me, it's the stops. I need the stops. It's trading stops is one big part of my setups.
Yeah, I really like that part of the when the stocks are triggered.
I think Jigsaw Trader's heat map is pretty good, but I think Sierra Charge heat map is pretty shitty. So you take your best bet.
I see.
But I mean, it's just, you know, this might be it. This might be the high. Who knows, right? The fact that you front ran it to the tick like that, is that coincidence? No. This is a known setup to a lot of professional order flow traders. This is a known fucking setup. That's why you'll never hear professional order flow traders try to go long into liquidity. Only if you see a lot of spoofing, a lot of absorption by algos slapping in their bids. That's the only time, or a big iceberg maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of times they're going to try to short the front run of liquidity, or they're going to try to short the sweep through the liquidity.
Mm.
I think there's even one part of the video where I did get on a short and it completely dumped and I fucked up. So, I mean, it happens. You're not going to get every single one of these trades, but all you need is one, and that's going to pay you $600 on that sweep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you
How
add to it,
many
what's
how
up?
many stop how many ticks is your stop loss? Like 20 ticks?
Right now I have set to 20, yeah. But a lot of times when I get to the tick and it reverses like 10 points the opposite direction, I move it to break even with a matter of seconds.
I see.
You could set, obviously, if you got bookmap, you could do automatic strategy where if it moves 5 ticks, it goes to break even. But just over time, I just didn't really like that personally. But yeah,
Oh yeah, you
I
said
mean,
you sometimes you took a hard stop, so I thought you were using
yeah,
automatic. So what is your setting to manually move it to break
no, it's
even?
automatic at 20 ticks.
No, what is your to put it to break even?
Oh, I don't have it set right now.
Oh,
It just depends on the market. If it's really whiplashing all over the fucking place, then yeah, I'll set it. But
oh,
for the most part, we're in the summer months. It's a little bit slower. Like after September, that's when you start to see a shit ton of icebergs, like every fucking day. It's like textbook. You could guess where they're at.
what's your
But right
favorite
now,
months over the course of the year?
anything after September. Like it's true. Do you see these fucking massive orders right here?
Yeah.
188, 155. This is going to be a big setup here if we get into it. Going long here is not the way to trade. This is not the way to trade here. Unless if you get like absorption around fucking IB up here, that is a valid trade. But it's really finicky. Look at all this fucking chop all over the place.
I mean, could you go
This is the
long off
tell.
that Renko where they're kind of building
No.
balance 2 times?
I mean, it depends. Sometimes if I'm feeling like a retard, I'll do stupid shit. We're all immune to breaking on rules. But if I was actually legit trading right now, I would not be going long here now.
Okay.
Even at 121 stops, maybe, but I would have to be up like 1,000 a day and willing to give back. You know what I mean? Something. But if I'm down 0 or negative 100, I'm not doing it.
Do you ever pay attention to the delta for
All the
setups?
time.
Like you want to see if it's rising or declining, and you look at the LTQ.
Oh, you talking about the cumulative delta? No,
Uh-huh.
I don't really pay attention to it. Well, I guess my theory went out the window. This fucking is just going to keep pumping. It's going to test all-time highs. See a decent sized buy there. ES. What's the Renko 42 equivalent to in time units? Oh, dude, I don't know. I mean, you could probably think of it as like 15 minutes, maybe DC, gappy. Renkos are like tick charts. They're based on transacted trades, not time component. So I personally get away from time charts. You can't see shit with that.
We'll be back in a minute,
But-
but I want to ask you something when I'm back.
Yeah, go for it. DC Gappy, like, you don't have to have Ranko charts to be a good trader. It's just my personal preference, you know what I mean? All you really need is this and this book map or some type of heat map and DOM. That's all you need. You don't need all this shit.
Do you look at the LT difference a lot when you take trades between
Yeah,
the bids and the asks?
it tells me in real time exactly who's trying to dominate the market.
I see.
So this right here is kind of a dangerous time to be trading. I mean, fucking, we're filling liquidity offer on the offer, and this things just keep going up, 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 up. So my next trade, I'd be interesting to see how we hit this over all-time high.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
usually what I want to see is if we sweep through that, I want to see it hit and then get to the tick, and then to see if sellers start to really hit, ramp it up, and then I'll enter short. But if it's just fucking stalling there, like, going sideways, that means the buyers are in control for the most part, and I will not short that at all.
I see.
So usually, I mean, it sounds crazy, but you have to trade things tick to the tick on the entries where the volume event happened, because algos are usually programmed, or big players are programmed to do that. So like whenever you hit an iceberg, like let's say that so sometimes a lot of times icebergs are bracketed into smaller orders, right? But occasionally, for whatever reason, there'll be a big player that wants to get a massive fill. So what happens is you can't see it on the dome that's an iceberg per se. All you see is a bunch of sellers coming in, hitting the bids, and it's not moving. But the problem is, if you only have 100 orders here, and those hunters got filled, but then there's 1,000 offers coming in, you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. There's 100 that got filled and there's nothing there, but there's sellers coming in, it's not moving. That's obviously an iceberg being filled. So
Oh,
if it bounces off there multiple times, that what that's telling you is the iceberg's getting filled, but also the bids are coming in, buying it up. So you have a combination of massive iceberg wall, bids coming up. And if it hits it twice to the tick and doesn't move, that's entry to go long for a quick scalp. Those are trades that I do all the time whenever I see it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So the market could be right here, and there would be no initial balance, no POC. But why is there a good trade? That's because there's an iceberg getting filled there on one particular static price, and it's just bouncing off it. I've scalped an iceberg 3 times. One time I was up like $700 with a matter of like 2 minutes or like a minute. It doesn't happen all the time, but those are the things you got to be ready for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not easy, but
What I like about this is that you were there before and we were saying, no, if a bunch of shorts come in the book map, then that's a great short. But it never happened. Like we didn't see like 300 or 400 stocks or whatever getting triggered. So that shit just kept going up.
it depends. So you actually saw a total of, the fuck was it? You saw a total of 260, but the problem is, even with those offers, I want to see offers come back into the book and start slamming it down. So I'm saying,
Oh, I
it's
see.
like literally when it fills, and all of a sudden it goes buck wild. Offers start to come in hard, then you short it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just that's where you have to have an eye. Just have that eye ready to go. You had a iceberg get filled around 121 around here, so right around this price up here. So this right here, you see you got iceberg fill at 2334. So 2334, there's a decent sized iceberg here long. So if this holds and starts, the bids start to come in after this iceberg filled, that's a long into this
I
liquidity
see.
of 167. So you technically could go long here if the iceberg holds. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
so these stops are being overran. So that means all the shorts are. So if these stops are get hit like this, these are short sellers getting slapped out of the market. If the shorts can't bring it down, that means the buyers are in full control. So your thesis is long. Then all of a sudden you see a massive buy iceberg get filled right there. Then it's liquidities right here. That's a opportunity to go long. Does that make sense?
How do you
Yeah.
know it's a buy or sell iceberg?
It's a buy. If it's long wick like this, it's a buy. If it's a down wick like that, it's a sell.
Oh,
The dome will tell you too. So if we come down and on the dome it says sell, but obviously it was a long iceberg that got filled. But all what you see is sellers getting absorbed at this price. So I can't see here and tell exactly where it's at, but if it's 120, 121, and I see 131 at that price level, it's going to tell me exactly where the iceberg got filled right here.
oh.
So I want to pay attention to see right there if we could break down below strong offers or if the bid's starting to buy around that level. It's starting to get stronger. I'm starting to see balance being built. Now it's a long.
So if your thesis is to go long off the iceberg, you're basically betting on this big player, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, right here we have 168 fucking offers here. So the question is, do I get out here, or do I see it them just really ram through it? That's what you gotta be ready for. I would be getting out here personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more like a base hit.
Yeah, and they might even front run this son bitch.
Would you get out and reverse your position or no?
It's up to you, man. You know, whatever you got the balls, the threshold. Or sometimes I'll put a break even if I'm up $500. I don't give a shit. I'll let it run. Comes back, stops me. I don't give a shit. But there's a lot of people that are long right here, so they entered here and it's coming back. They're freaking out, like, oh my god, oh my god.
Bro, these people they learn how to trade like Michael Huddleston. They don't learn how to trade like the algos.
Fuck Michael J. Ellison, little scam idiot. He's always like, Jesus told me this, Jesus told me that. What, Jesus told you to be a lying scam blowout boy? Okay. Did you hear about his fucking story about Parsons and something? Fucking these two guys kidnapped him and put him
No.
in a van and said, we're gonna give you all these secrets about Enigma the bot encoded, and
No
if you
chance.
tell them, they will kill you. Goodness.
That's crazy, bro. There's some
That
things
that
like he's taking it too far now.
and that's who you want to follow? Like that's your god? Okay, whatever, dude. It's on you, buddy. All right, see if fucking they front run into the. Oh no, they're gonna fill it. You're gonna fill. What's gonna happen here? So there's like no stops there. Like these sellers are not shorting this market. You know what I'm saying? There's no stops there. I think it's gonna keep going. Look at that fucking buy volume. Wow.
Do you have any custom settings on your bookmap or is this just standard?
That's somewhat.
Like did you make any settings suited to your style?
No, it's just whatever bookmap has to offer that's standard, and then my volume profile and everything is pretty standard too. The DOM on bookmap actually sucks. You don't even have pulling stacking columns. That's what something you really would want. So that's why I say go with CR chart or Jigsaw Trader. But the thing is this, you gotta be very careful. Like a lot of people are getting long, and for whatever reason, if there's a big iceberg trigger or someone wants to step on the gas, wham! How many times does that happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna get into the all-time highs for sure. It's just bullish.
Oh yeah, could you when you get a chance, could you email me your Ninja setup
Which one?
or Discord setup?
Discord side? What are you talking about?
No, sorry. Could you could you send it on Discord if you get a chance?
I don't have a private Discord.
Or like in
Is that
the
what you're talking about?
DMs? No, I just wanted the indicators like CS initial. Wait, are those all just the regular indicators? Order flow?
Oh, these are some of these are proprietary stuff. My initial balance is I paid $50 for
Oh,
the order flow package for like $1,000 that they sold for. Yeah, the only thing that's proprietary, not proprietoryship, is the Ninja Reiko. And if you look into the community voice chat, Danto provided the latest Ninja Renko package.
yeah, I got
You
that.
don't. But that's why you have TP 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I mean, whatever suits your boat, Gapey. I trade off my targets off liquidity and everything, so that's what I base it off of, not just predetermined targets. There's one thing I didn't cover is the option hedging that happens in the futures market. I would have to vouch for that because I've seen certain gamma levels that the market goes into, and also there's a massive iceberg that defends those levels. So I do believe like Trady Ticks or Spot Gamma's levels, whatever models that they use, there's some validity to it.
Wait, so if I was to go tomorrow and get Ninja and get the setup, I would be able to if I just paid the money?
I wouldn't. It's worthless. Sierra Chart provides everything Ninja has for like $30 a month. I think even fucking Jigsaw Trader for $800 lifetime license offers way more than Ninja. Ninja has a shit dome that's like 10 up, 10 down. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
I just use this fucker for technical analysis. I have so much money sunk into this fucking program, I can't leave it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have Bookmap, I'd be trading Jigsaw right now.
Your dummies from Bookmap, right?
Yeah, it's garbage. Sierra Charts is much more better.
For the DOM?
Yeah, just everything. It's so superior than everything I got on my screen right now.
What about the heat map? Is it better on Bookmap or Sierra?
I believe the heat map on Bookmap's much better, but
I see.
just everything for the price, Sierra Chart's just so much better.